Well, it's been over a year since I made my last Tooniversal video, and today I kinda wanna know if my opinions have changed or have stayed the same after 1 year. I'll definitely be going over the newer things that Tooniversal have added and some things I've missed. I really hope the Tooniversal team took a look at my video and just decided to take all the criticisms I had with that game and try fixing upon it, since it's been over a year, and actually some people who worked on the game watched it and gave a response to me. So, with that all said, let's talk about Tooniversal one more time.
It's worth mentioning the new toons again, for a few reasons. One, they still haven't fixed the hedgehog model. Seriously, this does not look good, and wasn't this even said this was a work in progress?
In Tooniversal Studios, you'll find, for starters, a new hedgehog species. Now, I will claim that this is being told to me as a work in progress, but the idea in the current progress is there.
I'm just saying, if kangaroos can look pretty well as new toons, why can't they fix hedgehogs? It's been 2 years, guys, come on, they need to be fixed. And two, they added a brand new species, the deers, and the deers look weird to say the least. While it looks better than the hedgehogs, it kinda looks creepy with that smile. And other than that, I guess it's an okay deer model. But with now this being the 4th Toontown server adding deers, I feel like it's lost a lot of its magic of a new toon. Like, if you're gonna have a new toon, why does it have to be deer, since it's the most overused thing in the community? I mean, if you wanted a deer in Tooniversal, I guess this is an okay version. I do think deers and kangaroos look fine enough, it's just, come on guys, you really need to fix the hedgehog models, it looks so awful. In my last Tooniversal video, I pretty much just ignored spin gags, one of the game's gimmicks. I didn't really talk about this feature because I didn't really have it, but now that I have the maxed gag track, I can finally talk about it. How spin works is different from other gags. Once spin is used, it takes double the damage the more the cog is alive, sorta like poison. It's a pretty cool gag, and it actually helps a lot in battle. It's kind of OP, and I really do think they should nerf it in the near future. I really like the new animations for it, the pinwheel, the umbrella, they feel really unique, and I really like that. Next up is the tango That's odd, I could've sworn they used tango dance. Okay, let's try that oh no. Oh no. The tango dance is just a squirt gun, the rope is a seltzer bottle, and the huh? Yeah, all these gags are unfinished, but the whirlpool seems to have an animation, and so does the tornado, which is weird because you would think something like the merry-go-round would have had something finished for it. I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty easy to come up with these ideas, and hell, make it functional. However, my main concern with Spin is, why is it even here? It's an unfinished gag track. Only 4 out of the 7 gags here are finished, so what's the point of releasing it? Is this supposed to be some sort of accident? Was this never even supposed to be out in the game yet? It baffles me that this is even in the game at all. I've heard some pretty lame excuses that it's because Tooniversal's still in beta and things are gonna be unfinished. Okay. You wanna know what other game is in beta as well? Toontown Corporate Clash. Sure, they make some changes, like adding new areas like BoardBot HQ in the future and changing the new cog designs. That still needs to be finished, but the point is, they didn't half-ass these ideas like Zap or the BoardBots. Hell, Toontown Project Altus had Zap and it was in alpha. I find it really surprising they released such an unfinished gag track, but how long has it been out for? Was it really that hard and they just gave up midway and just decided to finish the last 2? Apparently said by Super Tricky, he wanted to finish it, but it wasn't wanted. Well, personally, I'm not on the team, so I can't really make any conclusions, but I'm kinda surprised they didn't want Super Tricky's work, but who knows. Also, before I wrap this up, what are these new icons? They just look like stock photos or generic clip art. It looks like now they're trying to finish up with Spin, but my point still stands. The track isn't bad, it's just, why is it even here if it's unfinished? However, Spin is only the tip of the iceberg regarding with Tooniversal's problems because we still have a lot wrong here. Like the new racetracks. I really like what Tooniversal has done with Goofy Speedway, giving it its own streets, task line, items, and new racetracks. Along with golf, racing is something I'd love to see an expansion to, so trying it out.
What exactly did I just play?
I'm being completely dead serious when I say this has got to be one of the most embarrassing updates I've ever seen in any fan project. What is this? Please tell me, I don't even know myself. These 3 racetracks are horrible, like absolute garbage. It's untested, unpolished, and just unfinished for the most part. So trying one of them out is really not that bad. We have this thing where you can drive on top of these stairs and have this big jump, and I'm stopped. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. It's not letting me go through. So where am I supposed to go? I can't go here, but what am I supposed to do? Turn around? Yes, turn your cart around. Even though it says wrong way and your icon is jittering everywhere, you just turn around. You then find out that this is the right way, but be careful because of the awful collision detection, you'll be blocked by that. Now, going this way, we have another blocked area from getting here. Okay, so now where do I go? I can't go here, but then you find out you have to go to this bridge over here. And then the other ones as well. After going through this maze, I finished the lap. However, I was so confused with this, I actually ran out of time and it actually kicked me out of the match. Trying out the next one, it has a bunch of these, I don't even know what you would call them, the bottom of a lamppost? I'll just call them walls. Yeah guys, why have obstacles when you can have 50 million of these things on the racetrack as a challenge? Now, the last one is decent, not good, but way better than those other two. It's okay, it has this one jump, but not blocked by any of these, and the cogheads you can actually drive into. This one is okay, nothing that bad, but nothing that good. But holy crap, those two other ones, how did they even get released? It looks like they had zero quality assurance with that, and it feels so rushed, hardly even playable. This either needs to be redone so the track design isn't utter garbage, or just remove it because who wants to play a game that has track design that's as comparable as Eminem's Kart Racers? However, I feel generous when I say that to Tooniversal because at least with that game, you know where you're going with the track. Here, I'm completely lost playing this and it's not even that finished. So something cool Tooniversal added was bowling to Lost Central, aka Beta Toontown Central. They added this brand new tunnel called Laugh Lanes, and outside of the building it actually looks pretty well. Going into it, it has a brand new interior which looks alright, and trying it out, it's unfinished as well. Great.
I mean, come on, they must have had one complete update that wasn't rushed, but what? Oh, the seasonal updates!
Going on to the seasonal updates with this game, Tooniversal had two bonus areas with Halloween and April Fool's Day. Now, I shouldn't take these areas too seriously since they were only here for a limited time. Think of like SkyClan or Toonfest for those games. You shouldn't take them that seriously since they aren't part of the main game. Halloween Town is pretty cool. It has its own street, cogs roaming around, and an HQ and pumpkin tunnels. It even has its own catchy music and the town covered in Halloween stuff. It had its own task line, which you got some shirts for this update, and the shirts were not that bad. With the April Fool's update, it's actually not that bad, more of a joke area called Press Boot HQ. I've also heard there was also a task line for it, but when I was on the update, I didn't see any such thing, but there is video of it. And also, this is probably the only thing we're going to be seeing of Pressbot HQ in this year. So, last time in my problems video with Tooniversal, I covered Fairway Drive and Fluffy Farms. I wanted to see if Fairview Drive got fixed up since it was pretty buggy, but a simple clean... Never mind, they didn't even touch it at all. Okay, I'm gonna fix up Fairview Drive myself since it's on GitHub for anyone to use, and I'm pretty sure they're using this version as well. Okay, first off, we need to get rid of anything that's unnecessary left over, like these walls under the map, and looking hard enough, they're all the way here, so let's get rid of all of that. Then I went back to see if there was any areas of Fairview I could clip through, like this building over here. I couldn't really move it without having this area being exposed to clip through, so I resized it and made it a little bigger so you couldn't pass it. Checking out some of the things that needed to be tweaked was the two big things floating and adjusted it so it would be on the floor. I then replaced this one wall to be a Toontown Central wall since it fell out of place, and it also fixed up this wall as well. Then I moved the old house over here at the wall rather than it being in the middle since that feels more fitting, and just makes more sense. The Toon buildings can have their own name, or just gotten rid of since they have no point of being here. But it's honestly whatever, they could just be renamed to anything. Now the houses, I need to give an example since they have to be coded in and I really don't know much about coding. So I'll give some suggestions for it. So move the houses over since 4 out of the 6 houses with enough speed, you can just clip through them. So I suggest you moving them back a little since you can't clip through them. And also this wouldn't be a Tooniversal problems video if I didn't complain about this one collision error they still haven't fixed over 2 years now. So here you go, in under 10 minutes of me going through the level editor and thinking of what should be fixed, I found nearly all of Fairview's problems and gave ways to fix it on. You can all have this. I'll give you guys a freebie and show what can be fixed for this area. Now, going to other areas I said that wasn't good in this video was Fluffy Farms. While most of my problems I said were fixed, like the Toon HQ being in a weird place, and adding music and street music, I feel like this area just needs to be redone entirely. Because when Toontown House's Funny Farms feels more like a farm that was made in 2014, to which Fluffy Farms was made in 2019, yeah, we kinda have an issue here. This area feels half farm and just half forest, since we have so little to indicate this is a farm area. Yeah, we do have some things like a barn, but that doesn't really do much. Why not have a windmill, a tractor, and an original barn for the HQ? I still remember when you guys used the Toontown House Barn HQ models temporarily, so why not create your own version of it? Fluffy Farms is a good idea. It was one of the rumored playgrounds back in the day for the longest time, but how Tooniversal does it is just... oh man. Oh, and we can't forget the streets for this. I don't get it. Why does this one look like more time and thought was put into it, but the other really wasn't done much with? I feel like I could talk about some other things like yada yada new streets are bad, yada yada the press spots are good besides the paperboy and could use a redesign, yada yada the golfs are broke. You know, why should I even bother complaining if these things don't even feel like they're gonna get fixed? Like, I made my video 1 year ago and nothing, besides maybe 2 things, and might I add 2 little things, were fixed that I thought should have been fixed. I feel like I could say all these things about Tooniversal, but will any of this improve? Were my 2 videos just a complete waste of time? Will more unfinished content continue to be released at Tooniversal keep happening? Will we ever see the undiscovered playgrounds? Will Pressbot HQ ever be finished at all? Because what I'm getting here, a lot of stuff promised may never get finished. Broadway, someone on the Tooniversal team, I know one of you are going to be watching this video, but I just have this question. What's going on? Nothing seems to make sense here. You have this incredibly talented team who's working on the game. You have Dizzier, the owner of Operation Desert Storm, as a lead dev, Smokin' Foreman, probably one of the most talented people from the community, Benjamin, a great developer and has been in the community for years and has worked on several projects, Lunatic, Vincent, Prince Frizzy, Gustavo, Cam. You have all these talented people in the community, and yet they're producing pretty mediocre quality of updates since they aren't even finished updates. These people have created so much amazing stuff when these people made work for ODS, Toontown Funny Farms, Toontown Offline, Toontown Corporate Clash. Whenever they worked on those specific games, everything they made were finished and never incomplete. Everyone tells me that TVS is much better than TTR, but I just highly disagree with that. So you're gonna tell me that things like Toonfest, Crash Cashbot, Elections, BossBot HQ, hell, Silly Meter, and most likely Field Offices are worse than Hedgehog's incomplete streets, incomplete gag tracks, and pretty playgrounds? Cause that just tells me this community will eat up anything that's not Toontown rewritten, and that updates frequently. The updates don't even have to be good, they can just be bad, but who cares, because Tooniversal at least updates more than Toontown Rewritten or Toontown Corporate Clash. I don't know what holds the future for Tooniversal, but I just really hope they take their time and just fix a lot of their issues. They are semi-starting to doing that with Spin. I mean, it's definitely a step in the right direction, but you guys really need to help fix a lot of stuff that's wrong with Tooniversal before going forward with new ideas. I know you guys are really excited to go with Pressbot HQ, the new areas, bowling, but you gotta take a look back at what's not finished yet. The new streets, the task line, racing, the golf area, all these new ideas, they still haven't even been completed yet. I just really hope one day things get better for Tooniversal. Will it happen? I don't know. Really, only time can tell. But if anything, good luck, guys.